Matt, I'm not sure we know how to stream anymore. Do you?
You know what? I hit the buttons and we're here, so I'm happy.
Happy New Year.
Nicholas, great to see you. Great to see you, and thank you everyone for tuning in. This is the VCommerce podcast. Before we get started, I just want to say special prayers for everyone in Los Angeles dealing with the wildfires. The videos have been amazing and scary and
Yeah.
just unbelievable as the days have progressed and more destruction. So just our prayers to everyone in Los Angeles and everyone that has family and friends and dealing with all of those wildfires in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's devastating news, and yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
let's keep positive because we need a lot of positive momentum. It's 2025,
Of
first
course.
first show of the year. First, a
I'm
happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh,
Happy New Year.
why don't we get started?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. All right, everybody. This is Nico with eStreamly, the company that gets you live stream on video on your website, social media, email, SMS, wherever your video is, it becomes shoppable. I'm so excited to be here with my great friend Matt from E6 Marketing, the company that gets you on QVC and HSN. First of all, Happy New Year to everyone. So excited to be here. Matt, why don't you start by telling us what the show is about? And there's a lot of things going on this week. We're going to be talking about 4 topics before we go there, just to get back to the frame that we've set up before. We're going to be obviously talking about TikTok. There's a lot of things going on. This is the day for TikTok. We're going to be talking a little bit about WhatNot, as well as what is going on at Honey and PayPal. A lot of things going on there. And then obviously, we will finish up with holiday numbers. But before we go there, Matt, your turn.
Yes, thank you. Nicholas, thank you very much. Thank you all for tuning in. This is called the VCommerce Podcast. We meet each week at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and talk about the 3 or 4 hot topics dealing with video commerce. What is video commerce? This is the storytelling platform, selling platform that was invented with direct response television, graduated into QVC and HSN and other networks, and now is available everywhere and anywhere on your television, on your computer, on your laptop, on your phone, anywhere you are, everywhere you are. Live commerce is a thing. And this year, 2025, Nicholas, I think this is going to be the biggest, most impactful year of live commerce ever. And it sounds boastful or large, but like there are so many things happening right now. And we took a couple of weeks off for the holidays. We got to enjoy it. Our time with our family, and Nicholas goes home, and I was home with my family, and we had a great couple of weeks. But so much news in video commerce over the holidays, just the last few weeks. But today, like you said, today's the day for TikTok, and we'll just jump right into the first story. So today, the Supreme Court hearing for TikTok, if it's going to exist moving forward. So TikTok could shut down as early as January 19th. The law passed last year, gave TikTok 9 months to find a U.S. owner, and they haven't. So now they go to the Supreme Court and petition First Amendment rights and everything else associated with free speech and national security threats. And ByteDance, who owns TikTok Shop, is a Chinese company. So a lot of conversation. Nicholas and I have been talking about this topic well over a year, of just like, what does it mean? The influence of China. What does it mean with security? And month over month over month, TikTok and TikTok Shop specifically has grown and grown and grown, and now it's a multi-million-dollar entity.
Yeah.
Nicholas,
It's a
there's so many
billion-dollar
levels to this
entity.
and layers. What do you want to talk? Like, what level? How do you want to start? How do you want to start this? What's going to happen today?
Well, the first thing I want to say, Matt, is you and I, we had started a GoFundMe page to see if there was anyone that was interested to buy the TikTok with us. The 100 billion was the target. We are far from that, so unfortunately, everyone that chopped in will get their money back, but we will not be the buyer. So with that said, at least this is cleared out. I think there's a lot of things that could play out. Obviously, for TikTok, what's important today for them is really to having the Supreme Court that agree with the agreement, their argument, and grant them a temporary injunction that will prevent the ban from going into effect, or at least push it out for some time, so then the Trump lawyers and the Trump administration can take this on and then figure out what they want to do with it. But let's imagine this is one scenario. Second scenario, the Supreme Court say, no, this is by the book and there's nothing we can do about it. In this case, what can be happening? Well, Apple and Google will have to remove the app from the App Store. It does, but what will mean is that everyone that already has TikTok on their phone will still be able to use TikTok. They will just not being able to have any more updates. And you know how it is, right? When those apps don't get updated and the rest of the ecosystem is keep updating and everything, at some point things start to break and start to be messy and everything. But that is it does not mean, again, it's not because the TikTok ban will be in effect that TikTok will suddenly stop to exist. What will suddenly stop to exist is the ability to get the latest version, to get the latest data and everything. So it will be a slow death in some way, right? Then the president-elect Donald Trump, alongside with his lawyers, will try to figure out a solution. But let's be honest, if we are at this level, their room of options is relatively limited, because what could they do is they have to go back to the court, not the court, but the Congress, and convince them that they should overturn the law. And it was pretty much like it was not unanimously, but like a lot of people voted for that law. So it's going to be a big challenge. Now, what can TikTok do and ByteDance, and they can actually decide to sell their asset. Although their founder of TikTok, the actual CEO, the ByteDance founder, said that who holds super voting share has said there's no way he's going to sell. And also, we have to remember that the Chinese government has to approve whatever happened from that. So there's like a couple layers. Now, the ban is not on TikTok. We tend to focus on TikTok, but the ban is really on ByteDance. And what we have to understand, and I'm sure that most of the audience understand, is like ByteDance is a composition of really free apps at the moment. You have TikTok, which is the most famous one, but CapCut is the second one, which is the video editing software. And then you also have Lemon8, which is kind of this alternative to Instagram. And all those apps are really into a thriving ecosystem. So, which means that if that were to be banned, it's not one app, but it's really four free apps that are in the process of having challenge. So that's something that I think everyone needs to know about. Now, TikTok can decide to sell their assets. There has been numerous people that have submitted proposal. I don't know if one submitted like a formal proposal to ByteDance and acquire TikTok US asset. Mr. Wonderful has been on the news, has been rumored to be one of the buyers and being ready to purchase and having put the fundings and everything. But yeah, I think that is what's going to happen. I think it's the real big day. At the same time, TikTok is playing, everything business as normal. They are at CES. They just released the cultural impact and their trends. So business as normal. However, there has been rumor that for brands, they have been told like you can invest and continue investing in the ad, and if there is a ban, we will reimburse whatever money you have invested for that period that is not consumed. So there is really this idea of like business as normal, but yet we are aware of it, and we're taking some sort of position in case of it. It's a fascinating topic. I mean, like,
over the last couple of years, thousands and thousands of people have invested in the platform. Thousands of people earn a living through TikTok Shop in the U.S. only. Not to say even in Europe and everywhere else it's available. It's a fascinating story. I believe it's the ultimate conflict with Trump, with finance and with national security. Two big things that he holds his hat on as an incoming president. Like, it's fascinating. And what's going to win over, obviously national security is something we all care about. it cannot be compromised. And to your point, it's a law is a law, and for them to overturn a law is nearly impossible. So then, what will happen after today? I love how you put it, and I agree. It'll be a slow death for TikTok Shop. New videos and new streams will be cut off, and then slowly the user will die off, and it won't happen. But this goes right into what our next story is, and what you were talking about with what will happen if TikTok Shop goes away for all these influencers that have made a living through the platform. Where will they go?
Yeah, where will they go? That's the question, right? So I actually pulled some data this morning where they were saying, like, at least from an ad standpoint, over 50% will go to Meta through Instagram and Facebook. Now, from a creator standpoint, where can that be happening, and where can people go? I don't think it's not really related, but there's an app that has been rising like crazy. It's called WhatNot, and they just raised a Series E round. They raised $265 million, valuating the company at $4.97 billion, which is fascinating. And the company has hosted more than 175,000 hours of live stream each week. The daily viewers and engage an average of 80 minutes. So it's users are here and they are really staying for a long period of time. And just per day, they have over 140 categories from collectible and women fashion. They really started at this collectible platform where you could, auction things like, like card and a bunch of like musics and a bunch of things like that. And then they moved away and really are becoming this cornerstone of live shopping. Fascinating story. A lot of money raised. So, this is one of the platform that is certainly I don't think it will if there's a real correlation, like, if TikTok has, they're probably gonna pick up some steam, but I don't think that's where the audience is gonna go. But certainly whoever is in the live shopping space and wants to get into an audience, I think the next step, if you are like a TikTok influencer and what you care about, or you don't have much of an audience that you own yourself and you want to tap into audience, I think WhatNot is a very interesting next step for you. Now, obviously, if you already have your audience is pre-built and you know where to go and what to do, then obviously you might want to consider bringing that back to your home, to your website, or to your social media that you own, and have control over that experience. Nothing will prevent WhatNot to be the next one to be shut down, although it's very unlikely. WhatNot is a US entity, so I will, not really know why, but it's building on rented land is a risk, right? And this
right.
is
We've said it. We've said it here. You have to own your own content at some level, and this is obviously the explanation of why. I spent some time on WhatNot in the past week. As soon as I saw that huge investment, I'm like, well, what is this platform? So I downloaded it. It's jarring to me. It's like abrasive. It's hardcore selling. I was bouncing around from category to category, and all it is live selling It's only a live selling platform. There's no entertainment dynamic to it. I didn't find any of the influencers interesting. Some of them were like abrasive, rude almost to their customer, like not friendly, not inviting. And these are just a couple of the categories that I went into. So TikTok is obviously an entertainment platform that they also sell product in. TikTok, you could flash through a lot of different videos. Some are funny, some are, whatever. I go through comedy stuff and music, whatever your interests are. And then you go into a live shop, a TikTok shop, and you buy product. So the TikTok platform is much more inviting than WhatNot. But WhatNot is poising itself to be ready to go if TikTok goes away. And all these influencers and streamers and brands that don't own their own content, or even do, and want a national content or something that gets more eyeballs to their content itself, WhatNot should be considered. It's definitely a player.
And WhatNot, let's be honest, WhatNot has a real strong cultural element, right? This is the platform where you can find like some celebrities, but more in the cultural celebrities, like big time influencers. Gary Vee is there, and some others. So it's kind of like a fanatic type style. streaming so platforms. So
Yeah.
it's not the platform for everyone. It's not the QVC audience is definitely not on WhatNot.
No.
Now, I will say that the QVC audience was on TikTok and was also shopping on TikTok. So that is
Yeah.
an interesting twist to that. I don't know if they will be able to change the narrative to be able to attract that audience, that QVC audience, and some of older, less, with that less cultural impact. There's a big change to be done there, but I think that's certainly an interesting dynamics going on. But
How
speaking of
crazy.
influencer,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, this story is not, ever all the influencers that watch this podcast have already known this and paying attention to this. But PayPal owns a company called Honey, and Honey is accused of stealing influencer commission and hijacking affiliate links. So affiliate links are how influencers make their money. So you order the product through their link, and they get a commission from the sale. So Honey and PayPal is a discount code for online shoppers. It pops up on the video. It's a very simple thing, and often it works. So people are always getting that discount, and they appreciate that discount. It's in a free browser, and it has a mobile app to it. And PayPal bought it in 2020, so it's been around for over 4 years. YouTubers promote it all the time, so it's just offering a discount. Everyone loves a discount. Everyone loves a sale, and they're being accused of stealing commissions from influencers. So they're stealing money off of the cash cows of these influencers, bringing in the revenue. I hope, I really hope that that's not the case, and it's not happening. But where there's smoke, there's fire, and it seems like something that all influencers should be paying attention to.
Well, for sure, they have been paying for attention to, right? I think you may have read the news that when that news went on, they lost over 3 million download in over a 1 week time frame. So
Yeah.
3 million people actually went on their Google Chrome and remove the the add-on.
The app or whatever's right.
Yeah, it's pretty it's pretty devastating, and it's having a very strong impact. So
I know it goes back to security. I mean, you're opening yourself up to another app. You're being exposed. But from the influencer point of view, like, it's something that is the heart and soul of what they do. So for them to be turning it off, it makes perfect sense. They own their own content. They can do what they want. This influx of a third party coming in, you don't need it. They don't need it. Sales might hurt for a little bit without the discounting, but they don't need the platform to discount product at all, right?
Yeah.
Before I want to, we kind of jumped into this. There's so many stories going on this week, and we try to keep this to a quick 20 minutes. But 2024 sales, we didn't even talk about the holiday. We've been off for a few weeks. Much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Incredible, right?
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
3.8 year over year, with the physical store that saw a 2.9 rise. Really interesting. What was interesting was also 10% of the spending was done in the final 5 days before Christmas. So meaning that people are still buying in the last minute. And so for any retail store out there, and also e-com stores, like it's an important stats to think about, like what's the dynamic going on and how do we do this and everything. The other staggering stat was global online holiday sales hit 1.2 trillion, so up 3%. So it's still rising.
A big number.
It's a big number, right? People are still buying online. It's crazy, and it's still growing. And what's interesting is AI. There's someone, so they were able to kind of drive out like what's the share of AI. They drove $229 billion through personalized offer. So that's the impact of AI. We cannot say if AI was not there, it would have been less or more. But the dollar amount attributed to where AI had some sort of a touch represent 220 billion, which is a big numbers, honestly, and for personalized ad. Now, one thing that this is on less positive side, return surged 28%. What 28% to 122 billion? That is a big number, also. And really, from what I've read, is the main concern was over quality and advertising that was not really, poor advertising or misadvertising or misleading advertisement, and so that led
You
to
know what?
returns. So
You bring it up. I mean, obviously, two things that came up when you're talking about this: the shipping. So the FedExes and UPSs in the U.S., like how did they handle this? And I haven't read any stories about that, but I'm sure they were overwhelmed. And I did see stories in real time in the fourth quarter, like how it was just they were overwhelmed because obviously the .com sales went up, and the capacity to have drivers on the road becomes more and more challenging. And then the return dynamic, I love to know, from the Temu or TikTok shop or any kind of international sales, what was the return like with that? Because Temu is not known for quality product, but everyone's buying it off there. What did that mean? And how do these companies react to returns? Amazon sometimes just says, keep the product. We'll send you a replacement. They don't want to deal with the return because the processing and handling just costs them too much money. It's a crazy part of this whole world that we always talk about, we live in. And I don't know if there's an easy solution to solve these problems.
And especially with Temu, when you think that people are shipping directly from Asia or China or Philippines or whatever, shipping in small package directly to the consumer to, you know.
Yeah, how do you get it back? I mean,
I don't think there's a real. I mean, I honestly haven't. But what I read recently was the Temu, at least in the UK, had requested. It was a story that I kind of reported. We reported on the beginning of December, if I remember, was asking all their Chinese supplier to have a return office in the country of, at least for the UK. So maybe they have this in the US. I can't speak for it, but yeah, it would be, if someone knows about this, please let us know. We'd love to know more about that. Like, this is like, how does Temu handle return? Maybe we'll have to dive into that topic.
I would love to know. Yeah, I would.
Okay. So, hey, couple shout outs on my side. We are at NRF over the weekend and early next week. So if you are there, please stop by. We will be in the startup lounge. I think it's 2419 2419. This is going to be our booth. So come and say hi. And then we've been working at a bunch of improvement on the Streamly. You can always check it out. What's the latest at the What's New page. But yeah, Matt, do you have any special shout outs on your side?
Yeah. Well, as I've told you, I worked through QVC and HSN and work in all types of different categories. They had a great fourth quarter, a lot of sales, a lot of discounting that people took advantage of. So I think they finished strong for the year, both the HSN and QVC. And now that we're in the first quarter, at least at QVC, a big part of their focus has been wellness. So far, they've had a number of different wellness shows. They have a Wellness Wednesday, which launched just a couple of weeks ago. Every Wednesday, they'll have a program dedicated to wellness. And we work with a brand called Dr. Gundry. He's a medical doctor that that offers supplements, supplements that help with getting your full fruits and vegetable intake in just a couple gummies. So his supplements are the Today's Special Value this coming Tuesday. So tune in to QVC, look for Dr. Gundry. He's an amazing doctor. He's so eloquent and breaks it all down very simply. He talking about education through video commerce. Like, he's someone that knows how to do that, to curb those returns and make sure that his customer is completely educated before they make that purchase. So tune in on Tuesday, all day Tuesday, for Dr. Gundry.
All right, awesome. Well, we'll do that. Well, thanks everyone for being here. Please follow us, share, tell your friend about this. We are here every Friday, and we will see you again very soon. Bye for now.
Have a great weekend.